It's so good to be here and to be moving together. We're going to start like last week, where we started in the psoas release, where you have your shoulder blades a little bit higher with space for your ribs to drop down and something a little bit higher over your head. You could definitely use a bolster instead. But if this doesn't work for you or you don't have something today, you can just put something under your head and skip the extra space to drop down your ribs. But otherwise, come on to your back. Put your shoulder blades up a little higher and rest your head on something even a little higher. And of course, I highly recommend that you get in the habit of doing this when you're watching TV. The biggest things that people do is they go up too high. So they go up where they scoot their bodies up too high, so they're actually laying their bottom rib cage on the prop, and you want just your shoulder blades on the prop so that your ribs have space to relax down towards the floor. And then of course, if you're setting up while you're watching a movie, which is excellent, you can lift your head a little bit higher with props so that you can see with more ease and still get all the benefits from the psoas release. This is just something I've gotten away from, and a lot like rolling the ball under the feet, it is not something we can get away with in modern culture. We have to help our psoas relax, and we have to take a lot of good care of our feet. We have to take good care of our whole body, but those are two major areas that are important that often get neglected. So from here, with your ribs relaxing down, reach your arms into the air, turn the palms of the hands to face away from you, tap your pinky fingers, open your thumbs to the floor. If this is comfortable, keep this rotation with your biceps up. If not, you can just turn the palms of the hands flat towards the ceiling, but otherwise, work on sliding your arms up and down by your sides. And you notice I'm not moving in a huge range of motion. I'm allowing my rib cage to decide. Once I go higher, see how my ribs start to lift up. You'll want to keep the ribs relaxed down as you go up and down. And over time, you'll notice you just get a little bit more range of motion. But if you've been doing this a long time, be aware that one side of your rib cage could lift up higher than the other, especially if you have one side of your shoulder girdle that is tighter than the other. And tuning into your breath here. Just feels so wonderful to open the arms, to get the blood flow moving in these simple ways. Relax any clenching from the feet through the knees into the hips. Reach out through not only the chest, but also the upper back stays wide. And sometimes go a little faster, but sometimes go slow and feel, because you might notice a particular angle where you're like, oh, I can really feel my upper back muscles, or I can really feel my chest, or I can really feel in my upper arm muscles. Or your forearms, or your hands for that matter. All right, we are going to continue with this motion, but we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees open out to the sides. Gently press the soles of the feet together, but still relax. You can scoot your feet a little forward. You can scoot your feet a little back at any time. One is not better than the other. They each have their own benefits. We want to do as many angles as possible. And then what we're going to do in this semicircles by our sides, we're going to pause with our arms in certain positions. Maybe we'll pause about 4 times. So next time your arms come down a little bit, squeeze the palms of your hands together and spread wide through your fingers. And then lift your arms a little bit higher, hovering over the floor, reaching out. Squeeze and open through the fingers, and a little bit higher, front ribs softening down and back. If the pelvis is tucking under, untuck, squeeze, and open through the palms of the hands, and maybe a little higher if the ribs don't come up. I have to really watch my left side, and squeeze the palms of the hands and open up through the fingers. And then let's just do a few more times up and down here. Okay, so you might decide that what we do next is better for your body if you come off of this setup that we have under the shoulder blades, but you can absolutely keep it too. Reach your arms overhead, just let them rest anywhere on the floor. And then from there, stretch your legs nice and long and walk your legs a couple steps over to the right. You're just going to keep your arms overhead. They can be a little wider since you're higher up. And then take your left leg, cross it over your right ankle, uncross, put it back in line with your left hip. Reach across and uncross. Reach across. Try to straighten the legs. Uncross. Reach across. Uncross, reach across, hold. Take your left arm, reach across, and back out. Reach across. It might not even get to your right arm. That's okay. And reach straight overhead. Reach across, and reach high overhead. Reach across and hold. Just let that arm reach over any amount. It's going to be a little higher because you're on these you're bolstered up, but you can always come off the bolsters. Breathing here, and this back arm that's reaching across is kind of laying on the same block that my head is laying on, so it's not straining in the air. And then uncross, bring your arms back wide. And if it feels too much to have them up high, then just bring them down a little bit lower. Uncross your ankles, walk both of your legs over to the left a couple steps, and then we'll start with the right foot. Reach across, uncross, foot in line with the hip. Reach across, two straight legs, uncross, reach across, uncross, reach across, and hold. And now take your right arm and reach across and back overhead. Reach across and overhead, reach across, overhead, reach across and hold. If it will rest on that block, it can rest on that block. Breathing here, feeling your body, feeling your armpits, your fingers, the sides of your legs. And then uncross your ankles, uncross your arms, let your arms come down by your sides, bend your knees, and very carefully roll over to one side if you're set up on your props, and come over onto your knees. From your knees, you're going to spread your thumbs out away from each other, or towards each other, rather away from the rest of your fingers, hands a little wider than your knees that are hip distance. Elbow pits wrap forward, a little bit of the top of the rhomboid push-up, belly relaxed, tailbone in the air. Tuck your toes under as much as you can. Go back towards your heels. Come forward. Go past your wrist a little bit. Elbow pits wrapping forward, ribs up a little. Back towards your heels. Watch if the heels want to roll in or out. Steady them. And come forward over the wrist a little bit. Back towards the heels. And forward, and back towards the heels, and forward over the wrist a little bit, and then back towards the heels. Hold and take a rib breath here, inhaling into the sides of your rib cage, and exhale, hug in all the way. Take one more breath like that. And then go forward. You can do shoulders right over your wrists, Or you can go forward a little bit. If your wrists are okay with the load, lift up into the top of the rhomboid push-up and take a rib breath here. And take one more like that. And then from there, we're going to go back to our feet, but this time, maybe come all the way back onto your heels. You can even lean back a little bit if your body allows. If you don't even want to sit on your heels, you don't have to come all the way back. And then you're going to put your hands down and come back into all fours. Top of the rhomboid push-up, belly relaxes. So sit back any amount and come back onto all fours, wrapping the elbow pits, finding the top of the rhomboid push-up, and sit back any amount. And come back onto all fours, thumbs spread out, elbow pits wrap forward, top of the rhomboid push-up, head ramps up, and sit back on the heels, and come forward, thumbs spread out, elbow pits wrap forward, top of the rhomboid push-up. It's interesting to see what ones already automatically happen and what ones don't. For me, my thumbs come out pretty easily now. Not so much everything else. It's a little bit, but not all the way. Come on down to your forearms. Reach your right arm behind your left arm. Palm up. Try to touch all 5 fingers to the floor. You can rest your head on your other forearm. And let's breathe here into the sides of the ribs, into the backs of the ribs. Check. Are your feet rolling to one side or the other? Center them. Activate your feet. You can put the tops of your feet down if they need a break, but even there, gently center your feet and activate them. All right, let's slide that arm out. Right elbow under the right shoulder, or whichever was your opposite side, and reach through, palm of the hand up, touch all 5 fingers to the floor. You can let your head rest down. Whether you're on the tops of the feet, ground through the center, activate them gently, or tuck your toes under and activate gently. Being present with your breath. Being present with your body. All right, and then slide that arm out. And from here, stand up on your knees. From your knees, we're just going to stand on our knees. You can do tops of feet down, toes tucked under, knees hip distance apart. This is very simple, but go slow with it, because if you do it too quickly and you're not used to doing this motion, it's very easy to pull something, whether big or small. So go slow, but take your right hand out up high and reach like you're reaching behind you, and come back down. And if you did that quickly, it's easy to tell how you could pull something, because how often throughout our day are we doing this motion? And let's do the right arm several more times. Right arm reaches out, reach behind you. So there is a turn of the torso, hand comes back down. Right arm reaches out, hand reaches behind you and back down. Right arm reaches out, hand reaches behind you and back down. Let's do the left arm. Left arm reaches out, reach back behind you and bring it down. Left arm goes out, reach back behind you and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Out and then reach back without thrusting the ribs. Reach out and then reach back and release down. Okay, let's do the right arm, but lower. Reach out, reach behind you, and bring it back. reach out, reach behind you, and back. 2 more like that. Reach out, reach behind you, and bring it back. Reach out, reach behind you, and bring it back. Left arm, reach lower, reach back, bring it back. Reach low, reach back, and bring it back. 2 more like that. Take your time. Good. From there, the hands come down, and then let's go ahead and tuck our toes under and sit back any amount. If no, that's a no, then just tuck your toes under. Keep standing on your knees. Feel free to pad your knees over if they need extra cushioning. With our toes tucked under, untuck your pelvis. Ribs relax down. If you're upright, you're just neutral pelvis. Ribs relax down. And from there, drop your chin down to your chest. Let your elbows hang in towards your sides. You're letting the whole head hang down, relaxing the lower belly. Feeling from the base of the skull down the neck in between the shoulder blades. Soften the face, relax the jaw. Try to feel all 10 toes. And then slowly slide your head back. And now we'll do a hang without dropping the head down so much. Just, it's more of a hang from the base of the skull. Just tuck your chin in and let your forehead go down a little bit. So it really gets right into where the skull meets the spine. Soften the face, relax the jaw. And sometimes people will notice, ooh, I need this one more than dropping my head down. Do try to relax your forehead. Do tuck in, check in with your toes if they're rolling to one side or the other. Watch that chin. In this position, my chin always just wants to go forward. So keep tucking back. Keep breathing. And then come on up. And now we're going to have a seat. So, have a seat on a block or a dome or something that lifts your hips up. Cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. And at first, we'll just hinge forward from our hips here and come back upright, just straight up and down. Hinge forward a little and come up. And you're trying to move from the pelvis, not so much from the spine. So see if you can keep the front feeling somewhat long as you rotate forward from the pelvis and come up. And rotate forward from the pelvis. Now from here, maybe hands on your knees, maybe hands on the floor. Walk over to the right, walk over to the left. You're in a semi-forward fold. Walk over to the right, walk over to the left. Over to the right, over to the left. One more each side, over to the right. Over to the left, and now we'll take our hands out and we'll do some Sufi rolls where you circle yourself around. Now if you're sitting up on something, it might be helpful to kind of use your hands as you go to one side. It's a little bit easier to maintain balance if you're not sitting up on something. And you're circling forward all the way around to one side, a little bit back, all the way to the other side. And then pause and circle in the other direction. Relaxing around the outer hips, the inner thighs. You can, of course, work with a more neutral ankle if you'd like to. Breathing. And then pause and switch the crossing of your ankles, left in front of the right. Sit up nice and tall. Try to hinge more from the pelvis, less from the spine curling. So our ribs aren't thrusting forward, but we're also not curling them forward. Hinge forward, come back up. Hinge forward and press up. Rotating from the pelvis, press to come up. Rotate forward from the pelvis, hold, walk over to the left, walk over to the right. Over to the left, over to the right. over to the left, over to the right, and over to the left, and over to the right. And then from here, we'll circle around doing our Sufi rolls. Use your hands when necessary to help you get a smooth circle on the ground. Breathing. Relax the lower belly. Pause and circle in the other direction. All right, come back to center, uncross your ankles, come back onto all fours. Now, first and foremost, if you're new, if you haven't been practicing for a while, we need rhomboid push-ups. Belly relaxed, tailbone in the air. Oftentimes, the most at first. We need to break up that tension, be able to move our rib cage very separate from our pelvis. But eventually, it will also feel very nice to do the traditional cat-cow. Try to feel as though you're doing it bone by bone rather than just going up and down, which often creates movement at certain joints and not at other ones. Take your time, go slow, thumb spreading out, elbow fits forward, tuck your tailbone under, and try to think of bone by bone by bone by bone by bone, that you're rounding your spine. And then untuck in the same way. Chest goes forward, down, 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 until eventually the tailbone goes up, and then tailbone tucks under, and bone by bone by bone, like you're trying to move at every bone along your spine, all the way up to between your shoulder blades. And then start unwinding from your shoulder blades. Nice and slow. Until you're all the way to your tailbone. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Let's go from upper back, rhomboid push-up, one bone at a time. Keep going down, lower back to the tailbone. And then the tailbone untucks, and we go up the spine, one bone at a time. Nice and slow, really slow. And then we start at the upper back. One bone at a time. Takes a lot of focus to go bone by bone. And then slowly start with the pelvis, thumb still spreading out, elbow pit still wrapping forward. And then stand up on your knees, step your right foot forward into a low lunge, press your pubic bone forward, maybe activate through your back foot, tucking your toes under or top of the foot down, elbow pits turn forward, double arm swing backwards, ribs relax down, head ramps back. Breathing, keep wrapping those elbow pits forward. You can check, does your pelvis tend to turn one way or the other? Square your hips so your ASIS bones are right in line with each other. We check neutral pelvis a lot, vertical, but you can also check horizontally. Maybe your pelvis goes forward a little bit more, keeping it in neutral. Checking horizontal and vertical. All right, let's switch legs. Step your right foot back, step your left foot forward, feet straight, ankles hip distance, ankles hip distance, pubic bone forward. You can go into your lunge as long as you don't tilt your pelvis, thrust your ribs forward, and then elbow pits forward and swing back. Check as you're swinging back. Are your shoulders doing one of these? Can you relax your shoulders if they always lift up? This is another one that when I don't do it enough, my body tells me, and it makes sense because reciprocal arm swing is what we're supposed to be naturally doing when we're walking, and human beings' bodies were designed to really walk a lot. So this is a good one to bring into your little collection of moves I can do anytime when I'm hanging out. Simple, but so effective at helping keep our joints healthy. All right, from there, tuck your back toes to under, right ankle right under the knee, push down to step up, grab whatever you're going to use for a calf stretch. Put the ball of your right foot up and your heel down on the floor. Step your outside foot forward any amount. Maybe thigh bones rotate into neutral. From here, reach your hands in front of you, low chest. And we're just going to pay attention to one hand at a time. Well, let's do two hands at a time. Let's circle our pinky fingers. Just do the best you can. And then circle them in the opposite direction. Our shoulders up here, relax them down. Ribs relax down and back. All right, circle your ring fingers. And then circle them in the opposite direction. Ooh, definitely trickier on my left hand than my right, which makes sense. All right, circle your middle finger. It just shows circle in the opposite direction. Oh, I think I have been practicing this with one hand at a time. Circle the pointer finger in one direction and circle in the other direction. Oh, and then the thumbs, circle them in one direction. Oh, do your thumbs a lot, especially if you spend too much time on your cell phone. Circle your thumbs in the other direction. Relax your shoulders. All right, and we're going to do it all again with the other foot. So, put the ball of the foot up, the heel down. Over time, if not today, which many of you may be feeling it, you will feel how the movement here makes the whole arm into the neck feel better. It's quite amazing. Circle the thumbs. Let's go backwards. Feet straight, ankles hip distance. You can work on rotating your thigh bones into neutral here. Neutral pelvis. Hips over heels. Circle the thumbs in the other direction. Circle the pointer finger. Circle in the other direction. Circle the middle finger. Circle in the other direction. I'm already better. My brain's already getting it. Circle the ring finger. Circle in the other direction. Circle the pinky finger. Circle in the other direction. All right, and then from there, spread all your fingers out, curl them all up, flip your palms up, open your arms to the side, relax your arms down, step off that calf stretch with your feet straight and your ankles hip distance apart. Push down through your outer right hip, hug it in, let your left foot float up, keep the edge of the foot straight, micro swing backs, of course, keep working on the pelvic licks, the pushing down and the hugging in of the outer standing leg hip, very small swing backs. Breathing. I do like to practice this at a wall because my thigh bone still internally rotates a little bit when I'm standing on one leg, and so it's helpful for me to practice this at a wall. Tuck the top of the foot back behind you. Interlace your right pinky finger on the bottom. press away, spread your thumbs away from each other and back towards you with your ribs relaxing down and back. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Chin doesn't lead the way. Chin is parallel with the floor. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Feel the twist of the neck muscles as you press through your hands. And then bring your head back to center. Drop your chin down for just a moment. Ribs down, slide it back. Now do that upper neck. Tuck your chin in and just bend down through the base of the skull. And bring your head up and release your hands and release the top of your foot. Feet straight, ankles hip distance. Push down through the outer left hip, hug it in, and keep the edge of the right foot straight. Those micro swing backs. Eventually you'll feel the work grounding into your heel where your toes can relax. And then again, after you get your feet straight and your hips over your heels, there's always more to work on. There's keeping the thigh bone in neutral as you're on one leg. And mine is getting a little closer over time, but I tend to favor patterns in my daily life that internally rotate my thigh bones. And when I first started, they were majorly internally rotated. Getting too far away from thinking about what I'm doing. They were majorly internally rotated. And so there's definitely big improvement, but I still have a ways to go, which is why I love practicing with a hand on the wall so I can get more of that rotation. Tuck the top of that foot behind you. And I just say that to encourage you to get more into your rotation. Use props to do so. Left pinky finger on the bottom as you press away. It will actually get you results faster than continuing to try to force your body in the center of the room. From here, let's do our head drops first. The whole head, just so you can feel the difference. And then slide it back. And then just from the base of the skull, and slide it back. And then left ear over to left shoulder. Press through the palms. Keep working on, you can definitely work maybe on neutral rotation when you have that kickstand behind you. And then bring your other ear to your other shoulder. Look at my standing leg hip. It really wants to do that. Hug it in, pull it back. If yours is doing the same thing. And bring your head up and release your fingers and release that top of the foot stretch. Okay, from here, feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. Hinge forward into a half forward fold. Two legs is a great time to rotate the thigh bones into neutral. Keep working on your kneecap release if that's not happening yet. Spread all your toes nice and wide. Try to lift your big toes up and keep your little toes down. Try to keep your big toe down and lift your little toes up. Now we've been doing these a lot lately. Maybe you're just still working on one or the other, but try this. We haven't done this in a while. Try to lift your big toe up, then just your second toe, then just your third toe, then your fourth toe, then your fifth toe. Put your fifth toe down, then your fourth toe down, then your third toe, then your second toe, then your first toe, and then sit back into a chair pose. Bring your hands down to the floor or to a block. Or I say to a block because if you just have one block, you're doing what you can. But if you do have two blocks, that's going to help you keep your arms shoulder distance apart. So 2 blocks is a great tool. Keep your right foot forward, step your left leg back. Slowly lower your knee down. Take one of your blocks. A strap will work if you don't have a block. Put it behind your back, hugging your palms without using your fingers behind your back. And then from there, maybe you just stay right here because a lot of times just getting the hands on the block is enough for people. It's enough work. Or you can do these little lift and lower while your ribs stay down and you ramp your head back. Breathing. And then how about holding the block just behind your back and doing some head ramps where you're not pulling your shoulders back, you're letting them roll forward, your head goes forward a little, slides back without tilting your head back. When we slide our head back, we're trying to make the back of the neck longer. Tilting the head back shortens the back of the neck. Okay, next time your head ramps back, keep the ribs down and lift the block any amount and hold. Gently squeeze the palms in, gently hug the elbows in, and then release your hands to your back. Come back down to your blocks inside your legs or your hands to the floor, but remember, blocks were created so we don't have to practice on our fingertips all the time. Lift your back knee up, stretch that leg long, walk halfway around to your left, parallel your feet with your feet parallel, back your weight up into your heels, come up to stand, sit back into a wide squat, both knees bend, fold forward from your torso, come upright, try to unwind your pelvis and come as upright as you can without your knees coming out of the steady squat. Hinge forward, rotating from the pelvis. Hinge your pelvis to come more upright. And hinge forward. Now, for those of you that come up and you lead by thrusting your ribs and your tailbone's way back, ribs stay in. That's a lot of times not an issue, but I'll just show you specifically. So if you're really got your tailbone back, you don't want to come up by thrusting your ribs forward. But if you are tucked under, you don't have to pay attention to that as much. Hinge forward, come back up. And then from there, give your legs a straighten if you need it for a moment. Sit back into your squat, half Sufi roll to your left leg, to your right leg, to your left leg. Your legs are not moving, your legs are steady. Of course, they're just like bouncing a little bit, but you're pretty much keeping your knees right over your ankles. And then breathing here. And notice how it just, it feels different on the leg depending on where your upper body is. Shows how we're all connected. So if your upper body is always leaning forward or back or to one side or the other, it has a big effect on the balance of your musculature. Come back to center. Go ahead and put your hands down on the floor. Straighten your legs, or down on blocks too will work. Any height. If you find that you're not getting your legs straight, come up higher on your fingertips. And then let's go back into the squat. And how about a full Sufi roll from a squat? Pause, circle in the other direction. Breathing. Smooth inhales and exhales. Come back to center. Walk around to your right foot, back at the top of the mat. Spin your left foot flat. Each foot is in its own lane. You're going to pick up one block, bend your right knee for a warrior one stance. Hold onto the block in the widest width. Stretch long through that back leg. Reach your arms up. Bend down. Reach up. Bend down. Turn the block to the second widest width. Reach up. Bend down. Reach up. Bend down. All without the ribs lifting at all or the torso leaning back. Turn the block to the narrowest width. Reach up, bend down, reach up, bend down, and then from there, spin onto the ball of your back foot, come back forward, and actually we're going to not come back forward, come up, step your back foot forward a little bit, straighten out the back foot a little, your feet are closer for a pyramid stance, but still hip distance apart. Take your left arm up into the air, side bend over to the right, lengthen long through those two legs, your two legs. Open your arms out to the side, rotate your palms up, twist from your belly button to the right, reach out through the upper arm bones. Unwind your spine. Rotate forward from your pelvis, hinging into a forward fold. You can work on thigh bones rotating into neutral here. And then push off your back foot to step up to the top of the mat. Okay, from here, second side. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart, half forward fold, and we hold, maybe rotating the thigh bones into neutral the whole time, or at least trying to relax your kneecaps. Spread all your toes open. Big toe up, little toes down. Big toes down, little toes up. Try to lift your big toe, your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, your fifth toe. They're all off the mat. Put just your pinky toe down, then just your second toe or your fourth toe, then your third toe, then your second toe, then your big toe down. Sit back into a chair pose, one block or two, or hands to the floor is fine sometimes. Use your skills, thumbs spreading out, elbow pits forward as you step your right leg way back into a lunge. Stretch that leg nice and straight. Lower the back knee down. Grab a block, hips forward. Hold on behind your back. Squeeze your hands. Pubic bone forward, ribs down, head ramps back a little bit. Lift and lower, maybe. Lift and lower. Squeeze the palms. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. This is one that over years of doing it, I've noticed dramatic improvement. So be content to start where you are with your hands on your block. Let's do a few ramps. Ribs are really relaxed down and back. Lengthen the back of the neck. I even catch myself tilting my head back sometimes. I catch myself doing everything I'm not supposed to. Maybe that's why I became a teacher too, so that I would have to practice all these little fine details. All right, next time your head is ramping back, lift and lower. Oh, lift and hold. Squeeze the block, ribs down, slide the head back, elbows in a little. Keep lifting any amount, keep breathing. If your shoulders are hiking up by your ears, try to relax them down a little. And then bring the block down in front of you, or two blocks. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee. And if you feel like, oh, I got the floor pretty good, but I could use a little more length, you can always use the lowest height of the blocks. Stretch long through that leg, and then walk halfway around to the right to parallel your feet. Back your weight up into your heels, come up to stand. Now sit back, spine somewhat upright. Come up. Sit back, keep sliding the left knee back. Come up. Sit back, hips go back, torso somewhat upright. Come back. Left knee bends, really sit back. Come up. Right knee bends, fold forward. Lift up the torso, the legs stay the same. Work in a range of motion that feels safe for your body. If you haven't ever done this, work smaller. And hinge forward. And come up just with your torso. Hinge forward and come up. Hinge forward and come up. Switch sides. You're mostly working with a pretty flat back. You're sitting your hips back. Hinge forward. Spine is not massively rounded. Come on up. Legs stay the same. Hinge forward and press up. Hinge forward and bring your torso up. Hinge forward and torso up. Okay, one more time. Switch legs. Bend the right knee, sit the hips back. Circle the torso a little side to side. Go slow so you can feel how it works the straight leg and how it works the bent knee or the buttocks or the back. And pause, switch sides, hit the hips back, and circle the torso like a half Sufi roll. Breathing. Take your time. Maybe you notice one angle is like hits the spot. Come back to center, fold over your legs to the blocks any height. And then walk back around to your left foot at the front of the mat. Edge of the left foot very straight, right foot totally in its own lane. Bend the knee, pick up a block, a warrior one stance. Keep watching that back leg. If necessary, bend the front knee less. Block on the widest width, ribs relax down. Lift up, bend down. Lift up, bend down. Take the block on the second widest width. If you don't have a block, you can pick up anything. Lift up, start with something lighter, and bend down. Lift up, bend down. Turn the block on the narrowest width. Lift up, bend down. Lift up, bend down, and then fold forward, spin. Oh, nope, I did the same thing on this side. Come onto your back toes, step that back foot forward a little bit, feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. From here, take your right arm up and over to the left. Reach from your two legs. Bring your arms out to the side, rotate your palms up, keep your hips facing forward, just turn your waist to the left. Reach out through your upper arm bones and breathing. And come back to center and maybe even rotate your thigh bones into neutral as you rotate forward from your pelvis. Keep squaring the hips, keep squaring the ribs to face the floor. Keep working on straight legs. So your hips have to power you more. Put a bend in your knees, makes it easier, but your hips aren't powering you as much in that position when we're here. And come on up and step that back foot forward. Okay, a wall would be splendid. If not, do this later today. A chair would work fine for now, but you'll only be able to do one height. So I talk about the thoracic stretch all the time. We do it a lot in my chair classes, not enough in this class. Hands high on the wall. Feet straight, you can work on all of your neutral rotations, hips over heels, back your hips up. As long as it doesn't bother anything, let your chest sink to the wall a little bit. Breathing here. And then walk your hands down a step, very small step backwards with your feet, very small. Push your hips back because you don't want your feet to end up in front of your or behind your hips. Press gently into the wall. You can work on the rotation of the arm bones as well as the leg bones. And walk your hands down another step. Maybe your feet go back, but it's so small. Push your hips back. Chest dropping down a little bit more. And how about one more, a little lower? Maybe just back your hips up more, recheck your feet. They love to scoot in. And then come on up. So one more thing you can play with just to get the spine moving. In particular, once you've gotten to a place where you're not rounded, where you're getting your tailbone back and you're getting some neutral curve of your spine, is how about a little cat-cow from a standing position. Take your time, go slow, bone by bone. And then unwind just as slowly. Just something to play with. Back your hips up, come up. You can definitely do that from a chair. All right, from here, feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. How about just squatting down? And if you haven't done something in a long time, even if you're like, that looks easy, even if your body can do it, you want to go slow Because let's say you haven't gotten to the ground, down to the ground forever like this. Number one, if you have to go fast, that's a sign from your muscles that we're not fully supporting you. So you want to be able to go slow. And then as you squat down, you can lift your heels up and bring your knees forward. But even myself, like, I don't do that all the time. And if I go in and out of something like that quickly, like let's say I'm practicing for a class for one thing I haven't done in a while, I will even often feel that my knees or my joints are like, hey, you haven't done that in a while, but I won't feel it until later on that day. So always respect your body in that way, even if something seems like I can do this or it seems easy or whatnot. If you haven't done it in a while, doesn't matter. You have to take your time. Okay, from here, with your toes tucked under behind you, let's go ahead and maybe you're just stretching the bottom of your feet again. If you don't feel like stretching the bottom of your feet again because you're like, this is intense for me, I know I need to do it more often, but I just don't want to do it right now. How about getting up and rolling a ball under your foot for 30 seconds under each foot? That's another option. Otherwise, sit back, try to equalize your feet, and how about one knee at a time, lift and lower. Now, one thing you might notice is that knee might want to go out to the side or travel in. Can you lift straight up in line with your hip? And lift straight up in line with your hip. One more each side. Okay, after this, hold. Whew, my feet can feel this. And bring it down. Okay, sit down. Pigeon type stance. One leg curls behind you, one leg in front, gently flexed ankles. You can stay here the whole time. First of all, you can just sit like this. I mean, how often do you sit like this? Try to feel both hips maybe on the ground. So notice if one hip really wants to lift up. You can sit, if you know that you're not going to move around a lot from this position, sit up higher on a bolster. You can hinge forward here a little bit. Really, from any seated position, you could work on a side bend, a twist, a chest stretch, then a forward fold. Usually I do it in the order of like side bend, chest stretch, twist, forward fold, because that's based on training. That's a little bit easier on the spine. But over time, as your spine starts to move with ease, you can vary that, that sequence. Okay, so you can stay here, or you can stay here and just be sitting like this, or you can tuck your foot in a little closer and come up and go down. So the sitting is more of actually a stretch. This is just more of a different skill, a different way to get up. And if you're just like, no way, for whatever reason, my ankles, my knees, my hips, just I don't even know why, no way, then the thing that is going to get you closer to this is sitting like this and just sitting like that and staying for a little longer and breathing. Let's switch legs. So bend one knee back behind you. Start with, if you're just doing the stretch, maybe more in line with your ankle, but you can always curl in depending on how it feels. Just see, first of all, does your one buttocks lift up off the floor? Can you drop both cheeks down? How about coming into a little forward fold? You can stay in this forward fold, and you can stay here just the whole time and relax your hips and enjoy it. If I wasn't teaching this, this is probably what I would do because this feels really good on my body right now. But otherwise, you can scoot your foot in any amount and lift up and lower down. Lift up, lower down. Lift up and lower down. Lift up, lower down. Okay, slide that leg forward. Let's go back around to the other side. So instead of your left leg in and one leg behind you, put that leg in front. So one leg in front, the foot kind of tucks behind the other one. How about just sitting here? A different way to sit. You can use your arms to pull your pelvis more upright into neutral. Another great way to sit. If you sit like this for 2 minutes, maybe 30 seconds, your body will unconsciously, especially if you're not taking a class, move you. Even if it's not that uncomfortable. I might have already told you the story, but the other day, so I always sit with my right ankle in front, so I try to put my left in front, and I was sitting like this, eating on the floor, and unconsciously I noticed in a matter of 30 minutes, my body went into my go-to positions, which are kind of like this or this, 3 times without me being aware. And I wasn't even uncomfortable in this position. It was just like, I don't want to be here any longer. It kept moving me out of it. So anyway, sitting here, you can also roll forward. You can come off your heel of that knee that's pointing forward. Come back. Now, if you're not used to doing that deep forward knee flexion, ease into it. All right, let's switch sides. Left leg forward, right foot curls in. Just sitting here, can sit up tall. Maybe rotating the pelvis forward. You could do this absolutely sitting on a block. It's just that we can't really do the rolling motion up and down if you're sitting on a block. But if you are just working on sitting like this, then sitting on bolsters is amazing and excellent for you. And then how about rolling off? And my left, this is my left ankle. It's probably your right. Can really feel this in a way that it's like, ooh, I want you to massage this area more often. So that's what happens when you just do movement that is different. It alerts you to what you need to work on in your body. But if you do movement that is different in an aggressive way, it will alert you in an aggressive way. Okay, from here, let's lay on our side. We're good. Maybe grab your strap and do a side quad stretch. Lay all the way down. If that's comfortable, you can rest on your elbow, thigh bone in line with your hip. Come to an angle that doesn't bother your knee at all. Is your foot up here? Is your foot down here? Line up everything. Relax, clenching. Enjoy your breath. And release. Press yourself up, spin around to the other side or spin around like I do. Come on down. You can come all the way down. You can rest on your elbow. Knee in line with hip, ankle right behind the thigh. Maybe the thigh bone goes back a little more. Maybe the heel comes in. Be very conscious of the knee though. If you have knee issues, even if you're like, oh, I'm not feeling anything, sometimes it's better to loosen the grip. Relax, clenching. One of the reasons over time this should feel so good is because you're opening all these areas and you're literally creating circulation. Same movement, you get a little bit of whole body circulation, but you get the same big areas of circulation and the other areas aren't getting it. If you vary up your movement, you start to get more equal circulation all around your body. Let's do a child's pose. You can do toes tucked under. You can do top of the feet. How about feet and knees hip distance apart? Walk your hands forward any amount. If you want to flip your palms up, that is fine by me. Take a couple rib breaths here. How about a little action in your lower legs, like push down through your shins a little bit. Just that will kind of tilt your hips up a little bit, but it will, if you are a mobile person, it will give you the little bit of stability. And then come on up and come on onto your back. And actually, I'd love to, if you have a wall by you, I'd love to finish at legs up the wall. If you don't, just come into your Savasana. But otherwise, spin around, buttocks not too close to the wall. One easy way to come up is to lay on your side, lay all the way down, and then you roll onto your back and lift your legs up the wall. You want space for your tailbone to tilt down and that natural lift of your waist to happen. If you're right up against the wall, it will naturally tuck you under, so you need a little bit of space to get the neutral tilt of your pelvis, especially if your goal is to affect around your thighs. And breathing here. And this is one we also don't do enough of. So if you take these classes regularly, which I hope you are for your own well-being and body, if you don't have a space that you set up by the wall, try to find a wall space. Katie talks about how in modern culture we have so much stuff that most people don't have a wall space open in their home for exercise, but a wall space is a great tool for exercise and movement. There's so many things you can do with a wall to support the health of your body, so it's something to think about next time you rearrange your furniture. Build your house around your health. Put some of the dishes you use a lot in the lower cabinets so you have to squat down to get them. Put some of the dishes you use in your higher cabinets so you have to reach your arm up to get them. Build movement into your life. Your body will never regret that. Your life will be so much richer with more movement. And now I'll be quiet. And oh my goodness, if you want to stay in legs up the wall, I don't blame you. But otherwise, when you're ready, bend your knees and roll over to one side and press yourself up. Hands together for heart center in gratitude for this day. Namaste.